Welcome. Well, you're at home with Jim and Joy, and you are an important part of our EWTN family. And we're delighted that you've welcomed us into your home, and we look forward to spending this time with you. Send us an email with your question or your comment to jimandjoy@ewtn.com. Well, today we're excited to have Macie Millard with us again. Macie is the Student Director of Campus Care, which is a student-led initiative at Ave Maria University that seeks to provide pregnant and parenting students with pro-life health care resources. So we had a beautiful time sharing with Macie yesterday, and it's important because we know that clients come up pregnant usually between the ages of 19 and 22. I mean, that's my demographics of my client.
And we know, at least here, that about 85% of them claim Christianity.
Yes.
Who've come. So these aren't like strange people falling out of the sky. These are our children.
Yes.
These are some that are raised in Christian homes. And we could be more or less Christian regarding our commitment. But this is happening on Christian campuses, Catholic campuses, hopefully not to the extent that it's happening on secular campuses. But the secular campuses are all geared up about contraception, about Planned Parenthood being on campus, about what you need to do is abort your baby. And thank God for this ministry and ministries like it that are saying, here's all the resources. We're going to come up alongside with you. We're going to accompany you. We want you to choose life.
Which is important because we, as Christians, and we were sharing, when you were an Episcopal priest and we had one of our parishioners who their daughter came up pregnant and she was off at college. She was here in town, but, she was in school. And so, it's one thing to say, I'm pro-life, keep your baby. Well, you know what? You need to put your little body in action with it. So what we did was I said, I'll babysit your baby while you go to school. And so sure enough, I kept her daughter, she brought her to me at 6 weeks, beautiful little baby. And I got to keep her until it was the following next semester. It was about 6 months kind of time, which was a beautiful thing. So you might not be in our college campus, but there's somebody in your community that you can make a difference for and love.
Love as I have loved. That's what these students are doing at Ave Maria. We'll be right back. Plenty more to come. Don't go away.
Welcome back. Well, we're excited to have back with us today Macie Millard. And Macie is the Student Director of Campus Care, which is a student-led initiative at Ave Maria University, which is located in Florida. Now, they seek to provide pregnant and parenting students with pro-life healthcare resources. You might be out there right now and maybe you just tuned in and you might find yourself in an unplanned pregnancy. And maybe there isn't anything like this on your college campus. Well, we want you to go to optionline.org, put in your zip code, and there'll be a pregnancy resource center that will come up, and they can help you and help you connect the dots. Because if you choose to have an abortion, or you think abortion is going to solve this problem, it won't. It will only create another set of problems. And we want you to know that there's help. You're not alone. There really is a pro-life community that will care for you and walk with you every step of the way. I promise. So if you're out there, know that that's an option for you.
Joy, there's some that are out there that are saying, I wish I knew that at my point of crisis, I went the way of abortion.
Right.
That optionline.org, there's the text there, the helpline. They will give you as well post-abortion healing opportunities.
Right.
And as John Paul II said, not to despair, but you can become one of the most eloquent spokespersons on behalf of the gospel of life. Right. God wants to heal and restore you because those who are forgiven much they love much. So we want you to know that.
Well, Macie, we want you to tell our family quickly what Campus Care is all about, and then tell our family how you got involved with it.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to reiterate everything that you had said, Joy, we are a student-led ministry at Ave Maria University, and we walk alongside a lot of our students who might find themselves in an unexpected pregnancy and provide them with life-affirming resources to help them choose life for their child.
We hear a lot these days in the church about accompaniment, and this is a true accompaniment, and having in mind very clearly where you want to accompany them to. So it's their journey, it's unique to each person, but we know the end result in God's heart is that this child would be embraced by the community, by this mom, by the dad, if possible, and that this child would come into this world. You know, you were mentioning in our earlier show, because Ave Maria is renowned, for the Catholic faith, for the moral teaching of the church, and you say that there's a pro-life active group there right on campus, and I'm sure they're doing many things in terms of sharing about the gospel of life, maybe going out to an abortion mill, demonstrating, sharing good news in a variety of ways. And yet, I bet that originated early on at Ave Maria, but it seems pretty recent, that this group has come together, Campus Care. Because, it's kind of like, well, we're sharing the good news, we're going out, all these things we should be doing. But meanwhile, on our campus, we're hearing girls who are in unplanned crisis pregnancy and all these things that we're talking about, which we should, they're happening on our campus. What are we doing? How do we love our own and say, we're here for you, we want to accompany you in this, here's all the resources with this. You're in a panic about telling your parents, you're wondering what the administration's going to say, and anybody could just kind of fall apart in that situation, and they may make a wrong choice again. Sex before marriage, and then aborting the result of that relationship. But you all are there for them. And I would imagine this is one of the best ways to equip young people on campus to really be pro-life, is to walk through what happened to this person and say, we want to be a community to you all the way through.
Right, yeah, we are a very hands-on pro-life ministry. We're really the feet on the ground that are ready, and we're there if a student needs us, and to help them connect with whatever we can.
Well, and I think it's important for the entire student body, right? Because now here you are, you'll have a girl, and it's going to take a whole lot of courage for that girl to stay on campus. It would be a lot easier just for her to go home, and that might be what needs to happen. That happens with some girls, where they'll just say, we've had them, and they'll go home. They say, thank you, I'm going to continue my pregnancy, but I am going to drop out of school, and I'm going to go home, and maybe I'll come back next semester, or they could just come up with another plan. But it's no easy task for a girl to walk around with a 6-month baby in her womb, in this very Catholic university where we all think we're perfect and nobody makes mistakes, and we want that, right? We want the standard to be high, but sometimes we fall less than, right? And so then it's a witness to how do we respond? Do we shun her? Do we, you know what I mean? How are we being the best version of ourselves? And so it's a journey for all the other students too. What has the reaction been?
Yeah, the reaction has been extremely positive. We have a lot of students who really want to be involved. They've been impacted and have seen the witness of these moms and their bravery, saying yes to life. And they're wanting to participate. They're wanting to be an advocate, to be a babysitter, to drive to the pregnancy clinic. They want to be involved and want to help these mothers.
So what drew you to this particular ministry here on campus? What drew you? How were you drawn? Because you've been with it since you were a freshman.
Correct,
You're
yes.
completing your junior year, getting ready to go into your senior year. You're getting older. But so why? Why this ministry, Campus Care?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I had a wonderful family friend who told me to get really involved my freshman year at Ave. So coming in as a freshman, I made sure to pay attention to any and every poster that was up. And I remember seeing one that caught my eye. It said, babysitting and donuts, which in my mind was an immediate yes. And it was the informational meeting for Campus Care. So I dragged some friends along with me, and we listened in, and I remember just instantly falling in love with this ministry and how active it was. Our pro-life group, they do a wonderful job. They will go to Planned Parenthood and they'll say the rosary, and they do a lot. But there's something so special about this peer-to-peer contact that really makes a world of difference for our students to choose
Right,
life.
because we can go to a Catholic university. We
Yeah.
could go to every March for Life that's out there.
Yes, yeah.
But then what are we doing for somebody else?
Right.
Right? And so that's a question. How am I putting my faith in action?
Yes.
Am I willing to rock a baby, burp a baby, you know, so a mom can go to class or a mom can study for an exam? Or what difference is that going to make? And it's going to make the world of difference for her. And then also for you, because when we serve, right, God does beautiful things to us.
Right, yeah, absolutely. We want to imitate Christ on our campus. And definitely these beautiful gifts that God has given, like a baby's life. That is unrepeatable, and so much dignity in that child. And really, they impact us as more than probably we impact them, truth be told. And getting to see that child from in the womb until walking on our very campus is just, there's nothing quite like it.
Yeah. And to build a new culture and civilization of life and love. And this is what it's going to take. It's being in the trenches, being with real people, walking with them through it. God forbid somebody chose a different way, and after all that you do, and it happens too frequently for us in the ministry that we do, you know, that they would feel that they could come back and say, I made this decision, it was a terrible decision, I didn't realize it, but I want to come back because I sense the love here. What do I do now? And that's where that accompaniment takes place again in post-abortion, healing, and that those who are forgiven much could love much. What other ways can people serve? What positions do you have for them?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we definitely have a prayer team. So praying for our ministry, praying for the families we serve, the moms, the dads, the babies, us who help these families. And for any student out there who would love to bring a similar ministry to their own campus, they can visit the Standing With You ministry and become an advocate themselves and go through some training that will allow them to bring these resources to their campus.
And you know, everyone, we just had this big Eucharistic Congress, right, that happened out in Indianapolis. And, you know, one of the things that the bishops want all the people of God to do, over 50,000 people, is to walk with one, right? Is to, like, put your faith into action. Here you've had this beautiful encounter with Jesus, and we're all going back to our own private, you know, parishes. And well, there are people in your parish who are becoming pregnant and who might need a babysitter and might need some help, or who might need some direction. So there are ways that we can get involved and be involved. Or maybe your parish has a college campus and this isn't involved in their college campus. You know, it's kind of like, hey, we need to do something like that with our campus ministry, as opposed, because sometimes all we think about in college, I'm going to give you a bad rap, but it's all about me, right? And it's all about myself and how am I going to get through this and what this is going to mean to me. But this beautiful ministry in Campus Care is being about the other. And that's where our faith really comes into action, and just to say, it will be, you may get A's and B's and get, you know, a scholarship to go to grad school, and that would be great and wonderful. But God knows what He cultivated in your heart, not just in your mind, through an experience of being involved in Campus Care, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we also have a mentorship for our parenting students, so that they have positive role models, maybe if they don't already have them in their lives, to see what does this vocation look like, to be a mother, to be a father, and to have the faith and to teach your child about the faith, to foster that seed.
Who's doing that mentoring? Is it other students, or is it maybe some professors on campus, or who's mentoring these people that are in this situation and pouring something, grace and spiritual power into them? Who are the mentors?
Yeah, so it depends on who we have at the time, but it has been faculty members, sometimes families, young families from our community as well. They want to get involved, and they've been such a big blessing for our ministry.
And that is just so critical, because, you know, we see in our ministry that so many of the people that we get, and hopefully it's different on Ave Maria because they have that hopefully many of them, that Catholic basis, but they repeat. They're pregnant again at the same time the next year. They have an abortion. I'm not talking about your people, I'm talking about what we see. And they do it again and again, repeat, because that cycle's not been broken, because that child hasn't been humanized, the baby, and because that person hasn't been affirmed and that wound healed. And that's, we have this struggle. Christians have this struggle. The things I want to do, I don't do. The things I don't want to do, I do. Wretched man that I am. That's St. Paul. Who will deliver me from this bondage of death? Praise be to God, who delivers me through my Lord Jesus Christ. And to have that conversation one-on-one, quietly, not in the big sanctuary or whatever, and you share. So I'm so glad you have that, because how do we avoid this again? How do we learn chastity and self-discipline, and not to spend the rest of our lives guilted or wounded that we repeat again? We revisit these scenarios, and we haven't changed, and the temptation's there, and we can fall prey back into it. So really commend you for that spirituality. I'm sure there are priests there on campus and other places that just want to hear a confession and want to journey with people in this way. So glad you offer that.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you're not the sum of your sin. Like, you are a child of God. You were beloved ever since you were conceived. I mean, he knew you before he made you in the womb. And that's something we try to remind these amazing men and women. Like,
Remind.
yeah,
Remind
exactly.
them of who you are. And that's just so critical, that to say, because we don't know who we are sometimes. And like you said, it may be some wound that's there, or lack of parental guidance in this, or just sometimes it's your choice. But to be reminded, to have your mind transformed. And we need to do that for one another. We need to tell one another who we are, and to take that essence out from them and say, you are a child of God. And you participated in the sacraments. There's a power there. You need to cooperate with this power. So we're going to take a break at this point, hold you over for the final segment. So I hope that you're being encouraged by Macie and sharing the great work that's going on at Ave Maria, and accompanying girls that find themselves in an unplanned pregnancy, maybe even who've had an abortion that might come out, to get healing, so that when you send your children away to campus, especially a Catholic campus, they might have the accompaniment and help that they need. We'll be right back. Plenty more to come. Don't go away.
Welcome back. Well, we're having a wonderful conversation with beautiful Macie. Now, Macie, this is your senior year, and so you are the director. What has been the best part about being the director?
Definitely, as the director, you get to meet the mom first. And that has definitely been such an eye-opening experience, but such a humbling and beautiful part to share with them in that moment of a lot of uncertainty and, quite frankly, a lot of suffering at times. But just to affirm them of their God-given dignity, and to hold their hand and to lift them up and show them that this can be done, and you are the woman who's going to carry this child. God's chosen you.
Well, I think everybody looking at you, including the Pintos here, that if our daughter was on a college campus and was in an unplanned pregnancy, I would want you to go to her. Not only because of what you say, but because of your face and the grace of Jesus that comes out of you. And the shame, the guilt, the anger at yourself, and how could, all that, to have not only the words, but have them incarnate in another person, that you get to do that you get to be the grace of Jesus made manifest to somebody, so that they can hear it and see him, and that you would accompany them to know the healing of the Lord. I look forward to the future, because this was established how long ago? 5 years, 6 years?
This will be the 7th year in the fall.
7th year.
So 2017.
These moms are getting out, and maybe they wind up getting married, and their children. And I hope they come back and visit Ave Maria, and that they advocate for your ministry, and that faculty would know, if they don't know, how important this ministry was in my life. And here's my family, and here's what happened to me, and here's how I'm serving the church, and so on. And you'll be saying the same thing. Hopefully there'll be events like that, or gatherings, people willingly just want to give a testimony, and maybe others can hear about that at the current time at Ave Maria. More about the fruits of this, how you see the fruits of this ministry.
Yeah, well, definitely in walking with a lot of these women, I've seen them leave campus for a time to have the baby, to take the time they need, and then they'll return to campus. And I've seen them go through and graduate and have their degree and go on and have a beautiful family.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you said something when we were talking in the back room. Ultimately we got to get to them and say, this is not about death. This is about life.
Right.
So it doesn't justify the means, what took place here, but this has happened, and life is good, and you're embracing life. There are a lot worse things than this. There's, struggling with a child who's just been born and has a disease that might end their lives. This is about life, and God loves life, and now you have the opportunity to sacrifice your life more fully, to nurture this child, to give your body and your blood to this child. Sounds like somebody else did that, right? Jesus Christ.
Yes.
And that's exactly the same. You get to do this. God loves sacrifice, and you can make reparation for this in a beautiful way. Any closing thought or word for us, for the family listening?
Yeah, I've just been so blessed in my time being able to be the director of this ministry, and I'm looking forward to the longevity of this ministry, to see the students that come to it with a servant's heart and are willing to be our feet on the ground to help these mothers, to help these babies, and to help the fathers as well.
Macie, thank you so much for sharing with us about campus care, and you really give hope to our family that the church is in good hands with people like you who are really dedicated to this great work. So thank you so much. You be encouraged out there. Lord only knows what you've been through with your children, but this Ave Maria work of campus care, accompanying girls in unplanned pregnancies, choosing life, rallying every resource around them. And Macie's not the only one. There's a new generation coming up who are a people of life. God bless you and all of your loved ones. You're an important part of this EWTN family. You're never alone. And you're always at home with Jim and Joy. Bye now.